When Natalie wanted to get onto the property ladder, she thought buying an apartment was the perfect first step. And while it was the most affordable option on paper, like many other owners, she's now feeling the pinch of soaring strata fees.
Times are tough for investors trying to offload units and apartments here in Melbourne. As Chris Kohler discovered, 1 in 5 is now selling at a loss.
We have an asset worth $1.5 million that right now is worth nothing.
What we heard was a dodgy engineer that signed off on it back in 2006. And now we're stuck with a repair bill.
Yes, there was stuff that needed to be done urgently to make the place compliant, but they've gone from one extreme to the other, from making the place compliant to turning it into the Taj Mahal.
Right, $40,000. That's the size of a single special levy that landed on apartment owners in one ordinary NSW building.
You kind of have to laugh, or you just spend the whole day crying because this is killing us.
Continue to grow and it's become an insurmountable task.
I think for our share it's over 800,000. And our mortgage is 900,000.
It's just not on that we have building regulations like this in place that allow for these things to slip through the cracks.
Money demanded on top of the mortgage, on top of the quarterly fees, for repairs they never saw coming. And here's what makes it worse. This isn't rare. The NSW Government's own building regulator found that 53% of recently built apartment blocks surveyed had serious defects in their common property. Some owners are now paying thousands a quarter for apartments they legally cannot live in. In this video, I'm going to show you how a building defect becomes your $40,000 bill, who's quietly making money off it, and why, once you're in, it's almost impossible to get out. Let's get into it. Now, let's start with what this actually cost you. In Sydney, ordinary annual strata fees already run from around $7,000 to $12,000 a year in the CBD and high-rise towers, before a single special levy lands. And the special levies are where lives get wrecked. The research is full of them. $33,000 in a year, $55,000 for cladding, $94,000 in Western Sydney. These aren't typos, they're bills, due now. Then comes the cruel twist.
16 years ago, 1 in 20 people selling a unit were selling at a loss. 10 years ago, it was 1 in 10, and now it's 1 in 5.
When you try to escape, the market won't let you. Cotelity's latest figures show 36.2% of apartment resales nationally lost money. Units made up 62% of all loss-making sales, with a typical loss around $44,000. To understand the scale, the ABC's Four Corners investigation found the strata industry pulls in around $7 billion a year managing these buildings. $7 billion off your levies. And this is where the numbers turn into people. One owner on the AusPropertyChat forum described their levy news in real time. Their words: an extra special levy of around $4,000 per unit per quarter to fund a $6.2 million water ingress repair, pushing their fees from $1,290 to over $5,000 a quarter. Water ingress, by the way, is the single most common defect type in NSW, which means this exact pathway to ruin is the most likely one you'll face. Independent researcher Dr. Nicole Johnston, in a report funded by NSW Fair Trading, put it bluntly: conflicts of interest are embedded in core business models, and 91% of strata management agreements include embedded insurance kickbacks, money flowing straight from the insurer to your strata manager. But here's what nobody is telling you. These bills aren't bad luck, and they aren't acts of God. They were built into the system by specific decisions, and I can prove exactly who profits. Let that sink in. So how did we get here? Start with the builders, or rather, the ones who vanished. The construction industry recorded 3,596 insolvencies in the 2025 financial year, the worst on record, with NSW alone accounting for 1,567 of them. Here's why that matters to you directly. When the builder collapses, the warranty collapses with it. So every defect bill, every cracked slab and leaking membrane falls entirely on the owners. The company that made the mistake is gone. You're left holding it. Then there's the second engine, the deferred maintenance trap. For years, committees kept levies artificially low to look attractive and quietly let essential maintenance pile up. As one owner facing a 300% fee hike was told flatly online, the Historic Committee deferred essential maintenance in favour of low strata fees, and this is the result. And the third engine is the one they really don't want you looking at, the managers. The government commissioned forensic audit of one major firm, Net Strata, found undisclosed commissions, failures to obtain minimum quotes, and a premium charged to owners who refused to use its own insurance broker.
An ABC investigation has found one of the country's most high-profile strata management firms has been using its wholly owned insurance arm to charge apartment owners insurance brokerage fees as high as 3 times the typical rate.
The ABC's Linton Besser laid out the model. Brokerage fees as high as 60% when the typical fee is 5 to 20, and contractor kickbacks of up to 15%.
Brokerage fees as high as 60% when, as you say, the typical fee is something in the order of 5 to 20%. But we've also found, Dan, that this company has been receiving kickbacks from contractors that it hires on behalf of the strata schemes that it manages.
Translation: every time your building spends money, someone in the middle can be clipping the ticket. Now, to be fair, it's tempting to blame insurance for everything, but the data says otherwise. The strata insurer CHU reported premiums rose just 2.8% in the year to June 2025. So insurance alone isn't the villain. The real damage is underfunded repair funds, builder defects, and those embedded conflicts stacking on top of each other. And the consequences are exactly what you'd fear. One person who looked at a Sydney CBD apartment described it on the forums. A $32,000 a year strata bill after the owner's corporation took out a $6 million loan for water leaks, $8,000 a quarter, and many owners were forced to sell. The ultimate example is Mascot Towers, where an initial $7 million repair estimate blew out again and again to a final bill of $53.5 million, around $400,000 per owner, for apartments many couldn't even live in. Strata analyst Michael Tays estimates there's around $4 billion sitting in Strata bank accounts on any given day, earning no interest for the owners it belongs to. And here's the stat I've been holding back. In 2022, strata levy debts accounted for 18% of all forced bankruptcies in NSW, and the bankruptcy threshold is just $10,000. Translation: your owner's corporation can bankrupt you and ultimately take your home over a debt of 10 grand. Let that sink in. And it's not just a Sydney problem, it's spreading across the country, and other nations have done the exact opposite of us. In the ACT, strata debts drove 29% of forced bankruptcies, and analysts confirm strata-related bankruptcies jumped 33% nationally in 2025, making strata bodies the second largest force behind the tax office in dragging people through insolvency. And once you're trapped for years. One owner described a Sutherland complex that took on $20 million in loans, with levies of around $5,700 every quarter, running all the way until 2039. Another nearly bought a $95,000 student unit, then dodged a $55,000 cladding bill, more than half the property's value. For some, it ends with the rent itself being seized. A couple told realestate.com.au their fees climbed from $600 to $3,500 a quarter, and because they couldn't pay a $20,000 levy up front, a garnishing order was placed on their rent. No income plus lawyers' fees on a home they can't escape. Now compare that to overseas. After the Grenfell tragedy, the UK passed the Building Safety Act, and from June 2022, qualifying apartment owners pay nothing for dangerous cladding removal. The government committed £5.1 billion. In Australia, the legal mechanism is the opposite. The building can register a charge on your title and force the sale of your home if you can't pay. Even Canada is ahead of us. British Columbia and Alberta require mandatory depreciation reports, forcing buildings to fund their reserves properly so owners aren't blindsided. Australia has no equivalent national standard. The maths doesn't maths, mate. We built the towers and forgot to protect the people inside them. So where does this go? The optimistic case. The NSW Government has rolled out the biggest strata overhaul in decades, including a world-first power to force buildings to maintain themselves. And from April 2026, mandatory quantity surveyor certification of levy estimates for new buildings. The realistic case. The NSW Productivity Commission has recommended banning insurance commissions. In one case, a manager's commission ballooned from $8,000 to $27,000 with no extra work. But the reforms still leave the primary financial burden on owners. And the bearish case is already locked in. Apartments are forecast to make up half of all Sydney homes by 2041. Builder insolvencies are at record highs, and thousands of new units are entering the same broken system every quarter. So what does this mean for you? If you already own an apartment, pull your strata report today and check whether the Capital Works Fund is properly funded. If it's not, a levy is coming. If you're a buyer, understand the $38,000 cladding bill or the $55,000 levy can land before you've even moved in, so read the Strata records before you sign. If you're an investor, know that the law lets them garnish your rent and force a sale. And if you rent in a strata block, every rising levy eventually flows through to you. Here's the truth. Half of recent apartment blocks carry serious defects. Single levies are hitting $40,000 and beyond. And the system is set up so the people who built the problem walk away, while you can be bankrupted over a $10,000 debt. I'll be breaking down a different part of this crisis every week. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.